I have a buzzer soldered on, and my original VTX03 is resoldered again for the third or fourth time. I was told that I should not have continuity between the yellow wire and any black grounds. However, I found that not to be the case. I purchased a new VTX03 and found it also has a continuity, so I reinstalled my original and found it to work just perfectly. Back again, I wanted to show you some more modifications to my TPU mount this time for the Hawkeye Firefly Micro. The TPU was a bit long I should say, forcing the camera into the battery area. This one is modified. I've actually shortened the front and cut out a wedge. Let me show you that here. So now you push it out this much instead of being way back into the battery area and not allowing me to strap that first strap. I can do it now. Okay everyone, I am in dire need of help. So I took my long-awaited build out for a maiden flight. Upon arming, it rocketed straight into the air, and luckily I disarmed quickly. I tried a second time. It did the same thing. The second time was very scary. I lunged to block it from hitting my car. So, did a few searches and decided to bring down my minimum motor speed in butterfly, and that seemed to make it not launch straight into the air. But at the same time, 1064 should not have launched it, I believe. I dropped it to 1000. However, trying to fly it was very difficult to control. Just a little bit throttle input made it fly high. A little throttle input gave it a lot of throttle. And within a minute, a motor burst into flames. Disarm quick, go up to it, disconnect the battery. All the motors were hot. So hot that the carbon arms were hot. I really did do all of my research, at least I thought I did. I set all the defaults in the Helio and Butterfly. I went through all the settings. I don't know, what the hell? How is all that heat being produced? Why is this happening? I need help. So I will review with you all of my settings. Of course, I calibrated the accelerometer. These are defaults. Quad X, 16 kilohertz are the defaults. I set this to 1000 due to the launch. Multi-shot is the recommended, and I believe the default. 1980 was a recommendation on the YouTubes. 2000 is the default. Yes, with 1000, when I armed, the motors spun up and stopped. The default, no, I don't recall what the default is, but when I tested motors, I think 1064 was the lowest that would actually get some rotation. Okay, so powering battery. So I put this at 3.3 volts minimum. I know I should not fly it at 3.3. I had maximum cell voltage at 4.2, which is what the charge is. However, when I powered up, I would get beeps. So I increased it to 4.3 to get rid of the beeps. And I have my warning voltage at 3.7 because I am noobish and I don't want to run down too quick. I do have an 1100 milliamp hour battery, success. Brought this from 109 to 110 so that the voltage would actually calculate properly. PIDs. My PIDs are default with the exception of the RC Expo. I brought it down to 2.0. All default PIDs, which I've watched videos, but I did not think I should start messing with that before I even test flew it. Receiver, everything was set for FlosStyle. My Transmitter was set, so all of my AERT worked properly, which I think is TAER somewhere in there. But regardless, all of this worked properly. Modes. This was just my my switch settings. On default with my switch down would have been angle mode, middle was horizon mode, and full up was acro mode. I took off an angle mode because, you know, hey, you just start somewhere just to figure out if I can hover or not, which obviously was a cluster F. Have my beeper set, so none of this should actually matter for what happened. Motors. I mean, this worked, right? I brought this up to 1064 or something like that, and it worked, yada yada. I did not try with a receiver to see what happened. I did see some videos to show that some decrease, some increase, but that's understandable and expected with no props. SD shouldn't matter, but I mean, I do have my settings in here. Oh, one thing I was confused about was I had 0 RSSI in my DVR. The noob forgot to take off the lens cap. Very confused about that. I know this is wrong. I wasn't sure what to do with that. I think this is the default, that's a default, that's a default, whatever. I think all of this are defaults. I just turned on some things for my OSD. That shouldn't matter for anything either. Let's do a diff. Main resource mixer. Features, air mode, beeper, map, serial, LED, color, mode color, auxiliaries. Adjustment range, or add range, RX range, VTX, RX fail. Everything's default. Master. Let's see. All these are the Helio defaults as far as I know. Profile, determ, yaw, rate, profile, roll, pitch, yaw. As far as I know, everything's defaults with the exception of whatever the... Oh yeah, disconnect. Hello? Oh yeah, command line disconnects. So everything is pretty much default, so what the F? Help, I need help. Did I mention my motor caught on fire? Seriously? This is an expensive endeavor. About $300 to build this one quad. Quite upset at the moment. So I am temporarily grounded and disconnected. Boo hoo.